Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, first president of Ghana, had his foreign policy hinged on four cardinal pillars: total liberation of Africa from all forms of colonialism and neo-colonialism, total unity of Africa, respect for the African personality, that the African is as good as everyone and is capable of managing his own affairs, and finally, regional integration. For Nkrumah, the concept of African unity meant something deeper, something some of his colleague African leaders did not agree to. A political union of African countries, one African parliament, a Pan-African assembly where everything is run from the center, a joint military high command with a standing force that would stand to defend the African state, economic union with a common market, as well as a borderless Africa with all artificial boundaries disappearing, and a geography of Africa so compact that one cannot divide. Nkrumah did not only conceive these ideals, but was also convinced that they were highly achievable, and without them, Africa was doomed.
This mid-20th century is Africa's. This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa.
However, African leaders in 1963 rejected Nkrumah's African unity agenda. They were not ready to give up sovereignty. The Organization of African Unity, OAU, a more gradualist approach to African unity, was formed. After 50 years of wars, political instability and underdevelopment, it is clear that Africa still needs Nkrumah's ideas to move on.
If we are to achieve prosperity, if we are to achieve all the progress and all the good things that our forefathers and fathers have been not just praying for, but struggling for, working towards, dreaming for, it's a must, and it's achievable. And my prayer is, I see it done before I'm dead.
That Nkrumah was 100 years ahead of his colleagues may not be far-fetched, considering that the current African Union is struggling to strengthen a Pan-African parliament and a court, as well as operationalize a standby military force. By his death in 1972, Nkrumah had undoubtedly won the war of African decolonization, but lost the battle for African unity.